For all things Halloween. This is hauntformer, and today everyone, I'm going to be showing you how you can make your very own zombie Halloween prop. Now this is part 1 of 2, make sure to check out part 2 as well. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the body frame and to add some clothing and some muscle into it. And for part 2, I'm going to show you how to make the hands and head of the zombie. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, let's get into the zombie build. So the first thing you're gonna need is the PVC, or the building material you're gonna use. You could use wood, but it might be a little heavy, so I usually go with PVC. I got some pre-cut pieces from Home Depot, and they're gonna work just fine. I measured out that these were 2 feet. I mean, you could just really check on them, but I decided to measure them out because I am going to use the measuring tape to measure out the arms, neck, body, and shoulders of the zombie. The arms were about a foot long, and you can see that I just cut them like so. I then went ahead and added Spider Hill Propworks spider joints that'll be great for the shoulders, and you can see that I just attached the foot-long pieces for the arms onto those spider joints, and it's going to work great for those arm attachments. I then went ahead and used the cross piece to add the neck and body onto the zombie, and later you'll see that I add the arms onto that cross piece as well. But before you do, you're probably going to want to loosen up those spider joints, get them in the right position that you want them, and then tighten those babies down to add them onto the zombie's frame. This is going to turn out pretty cool. Next, I also wanted to point out that I used a 90-degree elbow piece for the arms. Because of the way the zombie was positioned, I thought that those would work best for my character, but you can always use a 45 or another spider joint if you so desire. I then went ahead and added hands. Now, if you want to see the full details of the hands, you'll have to check out part 2. But as for now, I just used these standard hands. I cut out with the PVC in mind, using a marker. I cut out on the bottom of the hands the right size so they can snugly fit onto that PVC. And they work pretty well. You can attach them with, hot glue if you want, or really it's just your preference, but hot glue seems to work pretty okay for me. I then went ahead and used pool noodles, actually, believe it or not, to add muscle and depth to the character. It'll bulk him up a little bit, and he won't look like a scrawny zombie. And finally, we can't forget about the clothing. Now, really, this is up to you to customize your zombie any way you want, but I just went ahead and got this cheap shirt. I got it at a thrift store. It was like a few dollars, so you can't go wrong with it. And, of course, I added some spray paint and blood to it. You'll also see that in part 2. So that was basically it, everybody. Make sure to check out part 2 if you enjoyed part 1. Give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to hauntformer. I make Halloween videos all year round, so you're not going to want to miss it. Thank you again, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer.